Immigrant eligibility for public benefits. This 5-minute webinar addresses the problem of access to some necessary public benefits for certain immigrants with disabilities in Colorado. Advocacy Denver promotes and protects the human rights of people with disabilities and actively supports their full inclusion and participation in the community throughout their lifetimes and regardless of immigration status. This webinar presents some of the limitations to public benefits access imposed by federal immigration laws and offers some possible solutions for immigrants with disabilities. Please use caution in determining whether you meet immigration eligibility criteria for some public benefits. The information provided in this webinar does not and is not intended to constitute legal advice. This webinar is for general information purposes only. Viewers of the website should contact their attorney to obtain advice with respect to any particular legal matter. Also speak to your CCB service coordinator, special education case manager, or advocate for guidance specific to your situation. Many immigrants with disabilities are denied federally funded public benefits like Medicaid, Social Security, SNAP, and Section 8. The following is a list of qualified immigrants. Immigrants who gained legal permanent resident status through family petition or other immigrant visa and who have held LPR status for 5 or more years are eligible for the same public benefits enjoyed by US citizens. Legal permanent residents with less than 5 years most often are not qualified and ineligible for federally funded public benefits that support the health, safety, inclusion, and independence of people with disabilities. Refugees, asylees, and Haitian and Cuban immigrants are eligible for all necessary public benefits like Medicaid. People with pending asylum requests are still not eligible for benefits, so it is important that you track the progress of your asylum case. Survivors of domestic violence who obtain VAWA status and their dependents qualify for all necessary public benefits commonly accessed by people with disabilities. Human trafficking survivors are also qualified and eligible. Many immigrants may obtain the T-trafficking visa and become eligible for benefits relatively early in their visa process, before the T visa is approved. Trafficking refers to sex trafficking and very frequently to situations of labor fraud, including wage theft in a variety of industries like hospitality and construction. Almost all other immigrants, including legal permanent residents with fewer than 5 years status, are ineligible for most important public benefits commonly accessed by people with disabilities. They are denied Medicaid and other benefits tied to it. Many immigrants with disabilities who are legally present, have employment authorization, and pay taxes are still ineligible for these necessary supports. Dreamers or DACA holders and U visa holders, immigrants who are crime victims who have helped in criminal prosecution, are still ineligible for most federally funded public benefits. The Division of Vocational Rehabilitation serves any immigrant with a disability who has employment authorization or a work permit. Ineligibility for Medicaid also means ineligibility for supports and services tied to Medicaid. Reminder, all information, content, and materials available on this webinar are for general information purposes only. This may not be the most up-to-date legal or other information, so please consult a reputable immigration attorney about your particular case. All Colorado residents are eligible for certain benefits regardless of immigration status. These include emergency Medicaid, where life or limb are in danger, and common disaster relief. Also, all Colorado residents, regardless of immigration status, are eligible for things like immunizations, prenatal care, and supports offered through local governments and nonprofit organizations. Consult your community-centered board for more information about immigrant eligibility and about local resources that are not tied to immigration status. For good healthcare navigation, especially problem solving related to immigrant eligibility, contact Colorado's HCP program in your county. Service coordinators, healthcare navigators, special education professionals, and disability rights advocates can sometimes find solutions to access problems created by immigration requirements. All public schools are required to provide a free and appropriate public education to any student with a disability living in the United States without respect to immigration status. This includes any specialized instruction and related service. Please see these excellent guides produced by the Southern Poverty Law Center and the U.S. Department of Education for more information about your students' rights. For more information about national policies affecting immigrants' access to public benefits, see the National Immigration Law Center. And for information specific to Colorado, see the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition. These trustworthy organizations provide in-depth descriptions of immigrant rights and advocacy for improving immigrant access to common supports and services. And some Colorado organizations offer invaluable immigration assistance and information. For questions related to your or your client's specific public benefits and immigration status needs, please consult a reputable immigration attorney. For more webinars on your rights and resources, and for practical advice for people with disabilities and their families, please see the Advocacy Denver website. This series of 5-minute webinars is available in English and Spanish.